Just under 4 weeks from Election Day, early voting starts even sooner, Saturday, October 26th. Joining us now, SUNY Chancellor John King, who's been visiting campuses to encourage voter engagement from students. Chancellor, always good to talk with you. Thanks for being here.
Great to see you.
What particular moved you to get into this voter engagement movement, I guess, for lack of better words? And I'm guessing you're not just looking to get people out to the ballot box this year, but future elections too, I assume.
Absolutely. Well, you know, I started out my career as a high school civics teacher, so I'm very passionate about students getting engaged in community life. And it's also core to our mission at SUNY. We have a charge to prepare the next generation of citizens to lead in this country, and we want to make sure that our students are fully engaged. So we're working in a nonpartisan way to make sure that students are registered to vote, know what's necessary to make decisions about their vote when the time comes, and that they realize that voting is just the start, that civic engagement requires much more than that.
What's kind of the message you deliver, though, to motivate? We were all young once, and I'm sure there's that point where you're 18, 19, 20, you're in college, and you go, what's it matter to me?
You know, it's a couple things. One is I also was a high school social studies teacher, so I think it's important for students to understand the history, how fundamental voting is to our democracy, the fact that folks sacrifice, in some cases, their lives to protect our right to vote. But then it's also important for students to understand the things that they care about. Those are affected by elections. It may be that they care about big national public policy issues. It may be local issues that they're concerned about. But those are determined by folks who are elected to office. So if you care about where the traffic light goes in the town, or you care about broader issues of American foreign policy, the place to express your views is at the ballot box. And we want students to understand and appreciate their opportunity to vote.
How much do you think is kind of a lack of interest, or how much of it is, you know, many students are away from home and they just don't know exactly how do I vote when I'm away from home? And we'll get to that in a second, the specifics of that.
That's exactly right. And we think there's an opportunity for our campuses to lead here. So we've got about 40 of our campuses that are participating in something called the All-In Campus Democracy Challenge, where they have committed alongside colleges across the country to help students have good information about how to register to vote. We included in students' housing package information about how to register to vote locally on campus if they want to, or they can register back at home and vote absentee. We've also provided information to students about the registration deadline of October 26th, so they know that they need to get registered in order to participate. And we're encouraging students to pay attention to what's going on politically and to learn about the issues, to do their research so that they're prepared to vote.
So you can register anywhere, right? I mean, that doesn't matter. Do you have to register with your home district, or is it depend on where you're going to vote? What's the registration?
That's right. It's really up to them. Okay. They can decide, do they want to vote on campus at their campus address, or do they want to vote absentee at home? And we try to support students in both cases, making sure that they get registered and are prepared to vote.
They have any questions? Where would you say is the best place for them to go to find out all the particulars? I know you said it was in some of the material when they move in, but my guess is that's buried into some pile under all their coursework and things like that. So what should they do right now?
That's very fair. The Campus Student Affairs Office is prepared to answer their questions and will help guide them whether they want to register on campus or figure out how to vote back home.
Quick 30 seconds. What are you hearing from students when you're out and about talking to them about this issue?
You know, students are, I think, quite engaged. Students are doing their research. They're trying to learn about the candidates. And it's not just about the national races. Students are trying to learn about state races, local races. There is a high level of curiosity. Some of our campuses have seen really impressive gains. SUNY Cortland, for example, has gone from single-digit voter participation into the 60s in voter participation, into the 80s on voter registration. So we're very hopeful that we're going to see across the country good turnout and participation of college students. And I say that in a nonpartisan way. I want everybody to participate.
Get out and vote. Chancellor, you're leading the way. Thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Great to see you.